Welcome traders, this is going to be a video about how I predict when the next stock market bottom will be. I am going to attempt to show you how I use this very simple prediction method to execute my trades more effectively and make serious gains buying on the red days and catching the stocks as they are moving up on the green days. Now, if you haven't already seen my previous video regarding what days the stock market has a higher probability of going up or down on, then I highly recommend you go back and watch that video, as I'm sure you'll find a lot of great information there. So please do take advantage of all the tools that I've created for you to help you in your journey to becoming the best trader that you can be. So, ever since the recent stock market crash, every trader out there wants to know when the next stock market bottom will be. So we keep hearing about this on CNBC and all the news channels with all the financial experts talking about it, and everyone's either very excited about it or traumatized by it. Now, of course, if you've lost money, that's very unfortunate, but not to worry, because you will have an opportunity in the very near future to make it back. And to all the new traders out there, you are getting in at quite possibly one of the best times in history as far as playing the stock market. As not only is there a wealth of information available on the internet today as far as how to get into the stock market and how to trade, but we are in unprecedented times where virtually all the stocks are on sale or about to go on sale, which dramatically improves your odds of profitability. So a little about me, I'm a part-time self-taught long biased day and swing trader. I currently use the Thinkorswim platform, and in the past year I have grown my account from about 1.5 to 7K. Little disclaimer, this information that I am presenting to you is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Any information shared here is purely speculative and should not be taken as financial advice. Finally, the hypotheses I share here are only to be used in the context and setting of the coronavirus pandemic. They are not intended to be reflective of the typical market and cannot be applied beyond their intended interpretation. Now let's get into it. So I hypothesize that the next market bottom could possibly be on or somewhere around April 22nd, which happens to be Earth Day. So in order to come up with that date, it is necessary to look back in time to the trigger that started the stock market downfall initially, which according to the Dow Jones history was the 21st of February. Now, the market was already pointing downwards at this time due to the travel ban on China. But in terms of the actual free fall that led to the crash, that was triggered on the 21st of February. So why is this date significant, and what was the tipping point? Well, at the time, we had a combination of multiple negative news triggers. So we had multiple daily White House news briefings, of which I'm sure the whole nation was tuned into. We had multiple travel bans, including China and Iran and Europe. We had multiple cruise ships bringing their infected passengers into the US, much to the dismay of the American people. And, just a constant report of death and dying all over the place, and just generally lots and lots of fear, which reflected in the markets, as you know. But we also had around this time the CDC stating that the community spread was imminent. And then, of course, we had confirmation of that a few days later. So once it had, in effect, reached our doorstep, that's what tipped the rock over the edge, and then everything just snowballs from there. So if we imagine that all of the negative news articles and public fear are a boiling pot of which eventually expands and explodes under pressure, we have the market meltdown and free fall into the eventual stock market crash. So this free fall lasted 22 trading days, not 22 consecutive days, 22 trading days. So as you can see here, we hit the bottom on March 23rd when the Dow Jones fell to 18,591, all the way down from 28,992. So my hypothesis is that when you take the initial stock market bottom date of March 23rd and you add 22 trading days to that, you get April 22nd. And what is April 22nd? World Day. And what have we been hearing about in the media? Like so many people saying, hey, you know what? The world is such a better place now with everyone not traveling. The skies are so clear and we can see the mountains in India for the first time. And now China for the first time can see the blue skies. And like all these environmentalists saying the earth needed this. And I agree, we did. We did. There's a lot less pollution in the world because everyone's on lockdown. And that's a great thing. But don't you think it's kind of a coincidence that 22 days from the initial market bottom lands on World Day? And, I could be wrong. My dates could be wrong. But don't you think it's just a little bit of a coincidence? And you've heard what all the experts are saying, right? They're saying that we're going to have another crash. Like, we're not out of the woods yet. There's going to be another crash, and this time it's going to be worse. And, that's really how these bear markets work. They go down, they crash, they come up a little bit. There's a recovery period, which no doubt we're in that right now. And then they crash again. And once all the dust settles and the investors figure out the extent of the carnage and devastation of the economy, with all these 22 million unemployed and counting, and all of the lost revenue in business, like pretty much the whole of 2020 is written off at this point. I mean, once all these overly confident bullish investors figure all that out, there's going to be another crash. Like, there's no way it's all priced in to the market bottom already. Like, no way, because it's still going. In fact, most reports are saying that the shelter-in-place orders are going to continue well beyond their expected time frame. I mean, even most school districts are saying they're not going to reopen till at least fall, and businesses will continue to suffer losses and continue to furlough employees well into the foreseeable future. And even if the stay-at-home order is lifted, it's going to take time before people venture out again, and it's certainly going to take time before people start spending again. I mean, sure, there might be some of the younger demographic that are going to go out there and buy everything they couldn't, during the stay-at-home order. But once that initial spike comes down, we're going to be back to what we're left with, which is holding the short end of the stick again. And especially for those unfortunate souls who lost their jobs and income, or who are in threat of losing their income, do you really think they're going to go out and spend the most valuable resource, which is cash right now, during a time of great economic uncertainty? I don't think so. And another thing, if the stay-at-home order is lifted, guess what? There's going to be another outbreak. And the restrictions are going to have to be enforced all over again, causing yet another panic and another one and another one. And it's probably going to continue like that until we can get a viable vaccine. And that's if we get one. And most experts are saying it could take up to 2 years before we get the results of the trials. And in reality, folks, there has never been a coronavirus vaccine, like ever. Coronavirus has been in existence for a long time. Think about it. They never even came up with a vaccine for the Ebola virus when it came out. So what do you think the chances are of them coming up with a viable vaccine anytime soon? Yeah, I didn't think so. I mean, it's not all bad news. I'm sure they'll come up with a way to treat it, such as with this Gilead drug, but a vaccine, not so sure about that. So anyway, let me get off my soapbox there. So again, my hypothesis is that there is going to be another bottom or a major dip on or around April 22nd. And there are probably many more dips ahead, as the market does tend to bounce around on the way down. I mean, certainly Q1 and Q2 are well written off, probably Q3 and Q4 as well. If we look back to the 2008-2009 stock market crash, for example, where the stock market fell 50% off its highs, it took over 5 years for the stock market to fully recover. And it wasn't until 2013 until the stock market started making higher highs again. And that's with the Feds pumping hundreds of billions into the stock market at the time, which is the same thing they're doing now, which is pumping up the markets. And remember, unemployment wasn't nowhere near as high as it was, now as it is back then. Back then it was around 9%. Today we're at 16%, almost 22 million unemployed. That's unheard of. So anyway, that's just my speculation. And like I said, I'm just looking at the patterns here and trying to put everything into perspective. And, if you're a trader like me and you've been watching this free fall in the market and patiently waiting for the market bottom or for the red days so that you can buy as much as you can be assured that the stock market is likely to dip again big. And I would strongly recommend buying on the dips as the market continues to sink down. So buy on the way down. But certainly do not wait for the very bottom, as you might miss the opportunity, as you know. So strike while the iron's hot and buy on the red days if you're long biased and short on the green days if you're short biased. And again, I have another great video as to what days of the week the stock market has a high probability of going up or down, which, I have created to help you plan your trades more effectively. And this has personally given me an immense edge in the market. So I will include a link for that below. And my goal is to enhance your abilities and skills within the stock market, empower you to make the best trades based on your own research and your own indicators and your own knowledge of the market. So with that said, if you're a trading addict like me and you wish to learn more about how to best trade during this unprecedented stock market time, then please stay tuned for more videos, as I will be coming out with new content each week. And if you found this tutorial useful, please help this channel grow by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And also you can follow me on IG for an instant follow back at Trade With Me. That's a 3, not an E at the end. And I do thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe, people. Peace out.